welcome to Catching Up with Claudia. Now, ojalá que se puedan quedar hasta el final para que puedan escuchar lo que va a compartir mi invitada o mi invitado. Así es que no se les olvide también de seguirnos por las redes sociales. Estamos en todas las plataformas. Hasta luego. Hola, hola, and welcome back to the first show of the new year of 2026. This is Claudia Macias, La Super Comadre of RadioCrystalUSA.com, of La Super Comadre Show and the Claudia Macias podcast. You know what? This is season 10. I can't believe it. Season 10, and this is episode number 324. What a blessing to be able to be here and to do one of the things that I love to do, which is to connect people, connect you with amazing people that are out there that cross my path. And then I'm like, you know what? I need to bring you on. Or do you know someone that is really amazing at this? Can I connect with them and bring them on? So here we are, 2026. And, I just want to stay in the lane of staying positive today. But, sometimes I might fall out of that lane. And sometimes I need to get back in that lane. But you know what? That's okay. We're all human and it's okay to feel all kinds of stuff, right? All kinds of different feelings, especially going into a new year, right? It's a new year, new you, goals and all that stuff. And yes, it's lovely. And what a blessing to be able to do that. But today we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about New Year goals and all that. But before we get to that topic for today, I want to take the time to welcome everyone. Welcome everyone back to the recording and the live stream and the show. And if this is the first time you're joining, if you're joining me for the first time, I just want to share that this is a time and space for me to share my thoughts, my ideas, have guests come on, and these guests all have something to share for the benefit of humankind. And that's what I love to do. And, you may not always agree with what's being said by me or my guest, but that's okay. You can always turn it off. But you know what? If you want to explore, you want to listen to something that is maybe not something you're used to, or maybe that's not part of your world, I invite you to stay and to listen to another perspective, because it's all about community and reaching out into other communities so that we can see how much more we are alike than we are different. So, and if you're here for the first time and you want to get to know a little bit about me, welcome. A little bit about me. I'm a mom of 2 teen girls. My background is education, and I am a lover of music, of dancing, of taking naps, and eating chocolate. That's my latest thing right now, is I'm really into chocolate. Maybe I'm iron deficient. I don't know. And about me, I'm a connector, and I'm a connector who is also curious, who's committed, who's a collaborator. I love collaborating with others and being part of their collaborations. I love to build community. I love to uplift community. So that's a little bit about me. And if you're coming back again, well, welcome back. This is me. And on today's episode, before we get started, I just wanted to share a little bit about what today is all about. And, it's all about New Year. It's all about new goals. But, let's be a little honest. There is pressure sometimes with that, like New Year, new goals. What are you going to be doing this year? But then, January, we're fired up. We're ready to go. We're motivated. Maybe not, I don't know. And you're ready to change everything. You're ready to do all the things, but then life gets in the way, and it has a way of humbling us real quick. But today we're going to keep it honest and we're going to keep it real. We're going to have no hustle, no guilt, no perfection talk, just having some real conversations about setting goals that actually make sense. Staying positive when the motivation fades, because sometimes it fades. And learning how to stay the course without beating ourselves up. And also, I'm just also keeping in mind there's a lot of stuff out there happening in the world. And I know you might, those of you that know me, I'm into politics, yes, and I share all about voting and why it's important, and I bring on candidates, but that's for other shows. But I will always say, there goes, ahí va la super comadre con las políticas o con las elecciones, meaning, oh, there goes super comadre, talk about the elections and politics again. Well, you know what? That all affects us, right, wrong, or indifferent, or whatever side you're on, whatever aisle you are on the side, or on which side you are on the aisle. I guess that's how you say it. We become affected either way. So now we're going to throw that in too. Like, how do we stay the course? How do we stay positive? How do we make it realistic so that we can keep going despite everything that's going on around us? Now I have a great panel. I put a call out there and I'm like, I need some amazing people that are in this sphere. And I got some amazing people that showed up and were connected with me. So I'm going to bring them on. But before I bring them on, I just want to give a shout out to my super comadre Liliana. First of all, where is she? I want you to come on if you can, just for a minute. Happy New Year, my super comadre.
Happy New Year, comadre.
Woo! How are
I'm
you
so
doing?
happy, so excited about your new season.
Yes, season
Season
number
10.
10. No lo puedo
10.
creer. No lo puedo creer.
Wow, I'm
Like,
so excited, comadre. And I
yes,
always remember the first time you were on air. And it brings me joy to know you have brought a lot of great personalities, and you're connecting a lot of people throughout the world, because it's not
yes,
just here locally. I mean, it's throughout the world. They get to know you and they get to know them,
yeah,
and which is something that pushes us to keep doing this, which
absolutely.
I know you love, and I love. And of course, I congratulate you
Thank
for
you.
this 10th season, episode 324 of La Super Comadre Claudia Macias.
Oh,
I'm
thank you.
so blessed to have you in our team.
Thank you so much. And thank you for being the mastermind and to dream this up and to say, I'm going to do this. And you did it 10 years ago. Well, even before me, I joined you 10 years ago, but you were doing this before me.
Yeah,
And I'm
this is gonna be our 16th year.
16th year.
So
And you,
2026 is gonna be our 16th, sweet 16.
our sweet 16. Now,
Yeah.
do you
We're gonna
remember?
celebrate now.
We gotta celebrate our 16 yeta.
Yeah, 16 yet.
Do you remember when we were in an office off of Bel Air?
Yes.
I just passed by there today.
And you know what? I was so in love of the atmosphere
Mm-hmm.
we created there.
Yeah.
It was everyone was welcome. Everyone was able to put in their ideas
Yes.
and give us and feedbacks and
And we
everything. And
grew so much
that
from
was so
there.
so good.
We
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 learned so much.
we
I
learned so
remember
much from there.
Tio
Theo
Choco.
Choco was there. He's out there now doing his dances, getting hired by quinceañeras. He
He
was on
is
the
awesome.
stage at the rodeo last year, at the
Hmm.
Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. He made an appearance. I mean, he's doing commercials. We've had so many amazing
He
people
was in
come
a
through.
movie, I think.
He
He
was
was
in a
in a movie.
movie. Yes.
Yeah, he's grown
Um,
so much.
Theo Choco's been out there. We've had Chris Perez, Selena's widow. We had a chance to interview him. We've even had Cristina Morales, a state rep, when she was running and she won. We've had so many people that ran for office
Yes.
that I want to say like 99% of them won their office.
You're their lucky charm. And look,
Yeah,
you're wearing. They look like
they
like
do look like Lucky Charms.
charms.
Which are actually earrings by Ilsa's Glam Boutique. Thank you, Ilsa's Glam
Ooh.
Boutique.
Okay, you have to
One of the
mention all the
sponsors.
sponsors, comadre.
Okay.
Okay, comadre, I'm gonna be
All
behind
right.
the scenes. I'll
I
let
love you.
you continue.
Mwah.
Love you.
Love you too. All right, so a few shout outs to my generous sponsors who are always there supporting my show, La Super Comadre Claudia. So, talking about earrings, I don't know if we could bring her up, but Ilsa's Glam Boutique. I have these amazing earrings from her boutique. If you want to get glammed up, please seek out Ilsa's Glam Boutique, find her online, and check out where her next pop up is going to be because She'll have you ready for any holiday. The next thing coming up, I think, is the Super Bowl. And then we have Valentine's. She has all kinds of stuff ready for you to wear. And one of my next sponsors are, bring it on up, my comadre. We have Chris Pignon Media Studios. Any picture you see of me promoting La Super Comadre Claudia show, like the one you see here, this is all his doing. So if you want him to capture you the way you are, who you want to be known as and seen as, please reach out to Chris Pignon Media Studios and book your sessions with him. And then Cookie Face Cosmetics. She is Cookie Face, my good friend from high school. She opened up this business. She's always connecting me to her eyelashes. That's her specialty. But she has a whole line now of makeup. So get your face dolled up by Cookie Face Cosmetics. And also, if it's that time of the year, month, your era, I call it the menopause era or perimenopause era, please reach out to Men Awake. And don't pause, awaken. And that is a product or a line of products created by one of my good friends, Adriana. Connect with her because she has some natural products that will help you through menopause and perimenopause, just like it has me. Now we're going to get into the conversation, la conversación with there are some new super comadres that are joining us. They're going to be crowned today as super comadres and maybe a super compadre. I'm not sure yet. And I have a returning super comadre, my comis, who's going to be part of today's panel. Now, I want to bring them on one by one. On the panel today, we have Marianne Garcia. She's my comis. She's the founder and director of Raíces Unidas and the mission of Raíces Unidas, which I'm going to say in English what Raíces Unidas means. It means united through our roots. And the mission of Raíces Unidas is to connect the community to available resources. So let's bring on Marianne Garcia. There she is.
First of all, congratulations on your 10th season. We were just like reminiscing about how I remember the first time I was on your La Super Comadre show, and it was at Pasadena Mall. Like it doesn't even exist anymore. It doesn't even exist anymore. I'm like, what? And I just time flies, and it was like pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic, you're right, girl. That's been a long time ago, and here we are.
I know, right?
We survived COVID.
We survived COVID, and here we are, what, 5-6 years later?
Still doing the thing. And I am honored to be here with you at this time, at this moment on this planet, to continue doing all of the shenanigans we do to support the community.
Yes. Well, thank you for, always being that platform for everyone to share all the wonderful things that they're doing out in the community, because collectively we create a larger impact.
Absolutely. So thank you for being here. All right, now I'm going to bring on a new comadre. She's going to be a new super comadre. Her name is Monique Moss. Let's bring on Monique. Where are you, Monique? She is a licensed professional. She's a counselor. She's an author. Her passion is serving women navigating through life's most tender transitions, including motherhood, relationship issues, and career challenges, just to name a few. Welcome, Monique. You are one of my new super comadres today. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Claudia. I am a former educator, now working in private practice as a therapist. I see all types of clients, but my passion is serving women. And so I am so passionate about serving women that I wrote an ebook, and it's called Deep Roots, Abundant Life. And it is a self-care devotional for the Christian working wife and mom, because that's me. And so who better to share like how to take care of yourself than a Christian working wife and mom. So I love serving my community, especially the community of women. So I appreciate the invite, and I am happy to be here.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm so looking forward to having you today, and we're going to get to those panel questions in a little bit. But before we start with the panel questions, I'm going to bring on another new super comadre. Her name is Xochitl Rodriguez. Come on down, Xochitl Rodriguez. She's an LP. She's got the crown. Look at her putting on her Super Comadre crown. I love it. So welcome, Xochitl. You are an LPC. You are a speaker, a coach, a therapist with a focus on teen mental health.
Yes.
With over 15 years experience. You've also been featured on KHOU as well as Telemundo, and you're going to be kicking off something called Platicando con Xochitl. I can't wait to see that. I love your tagline or your mantra, never settle. Welcome, Xochitl. Tell us a little bit about you.
Thank you, Claudia. I am so excited to be here and to connect and collaborate. I'm passionate about connection. So I have two personalities. I have my English personality and my Spanish personality, and I'll talk about both. So in my English personality, I specialize in teenagers, and I have online programs for parents to support, especially teenagers right now. They feel so disconnected and they feel so lost. So I'm giving resources to the adults that manage the teenagers, because sometimes I have two older teens, and I know we feel lost sometimes. So I'm bringing my expertise as a mom, as a therapist, and as a former educator myself too, to bring in those online courses to work on self-esteem, communication, boundaries, and all these things. And so that is my English hat. And then my Espanol, I have a podcast called Platícalo con Xochitl. I started last year in 2025. I'm about to launch it. It's in Spanish, by the way. So this one is for the community, the comunidad hispana, the community that speaks Spanish. And I want to break the stigma about mental health in our community, because it's still so very strong. But season 2 is launching the first week in February. And we're talking about, I am in a stage where I am in my 40s, almost 50. And I am single, and I am a professional, and I run different businesses, and finding myself again and knowing who I am to find a new relationship is tough. So I'm going to invite my audience to walk with me through that process. And like I said, finding our value so we can connect in a healthy way to a partner or to friends, or to, even if you're not single, finding that voice with your partners. So that's going to be Platícalo con Xochitl. It's on YouTube and Spotify.
Love it. Yeah. So, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time. I'm already about to sign up for the teen stuff, because I have 2 teen girls, and whatever I can do to support or to help me be a better guide for my teen girls, the more, the merrier, because I need it all. They're great kids. Don't get me wrong. They're great kids. It's me. I need to make sure I'm okay.
I do not want to say it, but it's usually the adults. The adults are the ones that we have the experience, or we should have the experience and the emotional maturity to handle those situations. The teenagers, they're still babies. They just have big bodies, and sometimes we forget.
Yes, I try to remember that.
Yes.
It's so funny because there's a line out of a movie. I don't know where my youngest got it. I'm just a baby. It's from a line, and then my oldest has been saying it. I'm just a baby, and then I'm like, okay, I have to think about that. Like, yes, you are just the baby. I'm the one with the 50-something-year-old brain and experience, and I have to. I'm glad they're saying that, even though we joke around with it, because I'm like, you're right. I'm just a baby. You're just a big baby. You're still learning.
Yes, and they act like they know everything, which is very annoying, but it's very age appropriate though. Yes. Because they know the world through their eyes, which their frontal lobe has not developed. So yeah. So
we're gonna get into more of that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because you show about that.
We're gonna have that whole show about that, and also I think you should weave it into like New Year, new goals, like what it looks like for teens. All right. So I think we got all my new super comadres and my 6, 7. No. I'm sorry. Why did I say that? Okay, Liliana, let's bring on the panel. Let's bring on my Gomes, Marianne. Also, let's bring on Monique. Okay, so we're all here. Now, I'm going to have some questions.
That just sounded so official.
I'm official now. So, no, you know what? Xochitl, when you said I'm going to talk about my different personalities, I'm like, oh, this is interesting. It's a whole nother show now. Because I even have names for mine. So
we don't have to handle each one too.
Yeah, they each have their own like zip code. Just kidding.
Wow.
So, but right now I'm here.
Hey,
in
Claudia,
one
Monique.
Well, okay, so let's start with like how to make it real. We're for the folks to hear, we go into we see all the commercials, new year, new me, all the gym commercials, all the fit commercials, all the you want to travel, like all that, right? But let's be honest, we all start saying that this year is my year. But question right here, what's the biggest mistake people make when setting those new year goals? And how can you keep it real instead of going all in and then you're like burning out by the end of January? Okay, whoever wants to take it first.
I can go first. I think that one of the things that that has helped me is like creating attainable, like short-term goals. I'm all about like instant gratification, you know what I mean? And so I can't give myself an unrealistic goal and know that it's going to take me all year to achieve it. Then I'm going to get discouraged and I'm not going to want to continue because I like instant gratification. So what's helped me is like set like those short-term goals, and then when I see results, it like motivates me to set the next goal. So holding myself accountable, that's helped for me.
Okay, all right, thank you. So I'm hearing short goals, keep them so you can see you see those results, and it pushes you for the next one. All right, who else wants to take that one? Biggest mistake people make when setting those goals. How to keep it real.
I'll piggyback off of what Mary Ann said. I agree with the short-term goals because sometimes having the long-term goal can be overwhelming. And I even created an acronym for myself.
Oh, I love
and
it.
I share it with my clients, but it's for me.
Okay.
And so the acronym is SAS.
I love it already.
I know. Say less.
2 S's or 1?
The goal needs to be small, attainable, specific, and sustainable. And so, for example, I think most people have a goal to work out more, right? Get the physical in check or whatever. So that's probably a universal goal for most of us, right? Yeah. And so if I'm not working out for an hour, why do I think that I'm going to just jump into the new year and be able to sustain that throughout the year? So if I'm wanting to incorporate that into my weekly practice, then it needs to be something small. So let me start off with 10 minutes, right? If I'm doing 0 right now, let me do 10 minutes, right? 3 times a week. And then I'm going to evaluate that maybe at the end of a couple of weeks or at the end of the month. And then now I've created a habit. And so now I can tack onto that. And then by February, what's another thing I want to work on? Let me add that. And so now by the end of the year, all of these big dreams and goals that I wanted to obtain feel like I can sustain them because I've started small, right? So keep it sassy.
Keep it sass. Can we add a Y?
Yes.
What could Y be? Keep it sassy. Keep thinking about that because I love it. Keep it sass.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Xochitl.
So
talk to me.
I'm going to totally support one goal at a time. So don't just like, I'm going to get healthy. So I'm going to work out. I'm going to, eat healthy and I'm going to do this and the vitamins and this. And so one goal has like 5. No, just focus on one. So, and what if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So the process is actually make a decision, not wish it, actually make a decision. So that's step 1. And that's the simplest one. Make a commitment to yourself. So be intentional about how much time you're going to invest into working out. So yes, mark it out on your calendar 3 times a week for 30 minutes. Like I said, like what Monique said about just small goals. And then on Sunday, I'm going to meal plan for this from this time to this time. And you know what? This Sunday I have, a Raíces Unidas event. So I'm going to do it Saturday. And so you kind of plan it out. And then by the time that you do that for about 8 to 12 weeks, then you make a conviction. That means it's a lifestyle. You don't even have to think about it anymore. You just do it. So it's make a decision. That's number 1. Put it in your vision board. Sure. Plan it. See it. Put it in your calendar. cut out the time for that.
I-
That is extremely important.
I love it. I love it. Now, I want to ask all of you guys, what is that one little goal? Because y'all, that we could like make it real now. Each of y'all, whoever wants to share first, applying what you just shared, each of you, what is one goal that you guys are working on starting this month? New Year's, new goals. How is that looking? We're now what? 13 days in.
I come from corporate America, like I'm a corporate America girly. I that 9 to 5, that stability, it's scary not to be in corporate America. I currently am not. I told myself that I did not want to return to corporate America, that I wanted to focus on my nonprofit, my initiatives, and I wanted to start my healthcare company, which I've already started it. And so leading up to, to January, I was taking all of the necessary steps to launch my business. And so, but I mean, I also have to, but it's scary because you don't have that constant income coming in, that you're used to. And so I need that constant, I need to pep myself up every day. Like Marianne, just focus on, building your brand, building your business, marketing it, and, but that, and then sometimes I'm like, let me just jump on Indeed and look for, my, yeah, I'm like, oh my God. But then I have to remind myself, no, stay on track. You're not going to go back to that vicious cycle of corporate America,
Mm-hmm.
Like we're just day 13. I don't know, Comies. I think I'll be back.
Hey, I heard you say you're talking to yourself.
Yes.
You're reminding yourself. I think that's a great strategy. Talk yourself into
I have to.
Right?
I may look crazy, but I have to. And the funny thing is that so I come from leadership positions, right? And so my, my team members, they would see me walking down the hallways in the hospitals, and I'm talking to myself. And for those that don't know me, they're probably like, what is wrong with that crazy lady? But for my team members, are like, she's just processing, I'm hustling because I work in emergency medicine, and I'm hustling down the hallway, and I'm just literally just blurting out all kinds of stuff, just talking. But that's me because I'm processing. But I have to talk to myself, which is why the vision board event that I'm hosting, it holds us accountable. So for those of y'all that want to, hold yourself accountable and, manifest, we can learn more about it later. But yes.
Yes, I want you to plug that in the next round of questions, because we all may need to step into that vision board planning.
Yeah.
So who else? Xochitl, Monique, which one? What is that one thing that you're applying, your sass or your short or your vision or what you shared? Xochitl, go for it.
Yeah. So I want to share, so I don't do New Year's resolutions. I do resolutions every week. So I'm going to show my calendar right here. Every Sunday I go.
Wait, let me see. Put it back up. Put it back up.
So this is a digital calendar. So
first of all, what is this? Is this a big old iPad? What are we looking at?
This is an iPad. Yes, this is an iPad.
I love that.
And this is on Good Notes. It's an app called Good Notes, and I buy the calendar. And I can write on it with my pencil, because I'm still old fashioned. I'm 48. Okay, guys. So I need to write like an old lady, but it's digital. So yeah.
Wait, hold on. I can't see. Closer. I got my glasses on now. Oh my gosh. That is amazing.
I love that. That's all you.
This all me. I wish I could have it 8 by 10 on my wall.
And you have stickers that you can add and stuff like that. Sometimes I get so busy that I don't embellish it, but you see I have flowers underneath. So pretty.
I love the flowers.
And like a little a quote and things like that. So you can download different things that you like on your calendar. So I don't do New Year's resolution. I do every Sunday. I do not new resolution, but a kind of a reset for myself. Where am I?
Yes.
Where are my goals and things like that? And just like Marianne, once I switched, Marianne, with what you were saying about going from corporate America to being on your own.
Yeah.
Once I decided this is part of my mission, this is part of my life purpose. Yeah. Now I don't deviate. It's like if I don't do it, nobody else will. and maybe I put too much pressure on myself, and I have a lot of talks with the big guy over there.
You talk
Up
too,
there.
Up there.
Yeah, but it's like it's part of my mission being doing this, and sometimes it gets frustrating. Entrepreneurship is very frustrating. Sometimes you don't make the money, you don't have the audience, you don't do this, you don't do that. It's like it doesn't matter. It's part of my mission, and little by little you start seeing those changes. Sometimes we and you were talking about, you know, what goals do we have? Sometimes we go way too high. It's like, well, I want to save $10,000. Okay, plan it out. Step by step. How much do you need to save every week? Short term, right? Goals, or every month or whatever. So yes. So that is my secret that I've been working on for the last, because I've been doing personal, you know, growth for the last 20 years. So am I perfect? No, that's why I need to reset every Sunday.
I love that. So you call it, instead of New Year resolutions, is every week resolutions. You check in on Sunday, like Sunday evening, por ahí. Yep. And then it's a big ass calendar. I love that. Yes. I'm like, I love that. So I offline at some point, or if you want to share, what are the dimensions of your iPad? Because I'm I gotta start saving money. I gotta make some resolutions.
But I interest you in a diagnosis. I have no idea. I have no idea what the dimensions are. It's a regular. Okay. It's probably what.
So I have one of those iPad pins. Put it up against your. See how long it is, and I put it up against your cosita. So it's an iPad pin and a half, or like 2.
Yeah. Wow.
That's my measuring strategy.
Because I have one too. I'm like already kind of and a mouse. Okay, so that's about
a pin and a mouse.
This is gonna work. I'm like, I need big. Obviously,
comadres, look
at my glasses, y'all. Y'all are like still in my face, and I still have to put them on to see y'all.
Hey, they match.
What is it? Y'all told me not to do this because.
Oh yes, you were instructed not to do that, ma'am.
I know. Let me put them back up.
You were so instructed not to do that.
Just take them off right now. All right, Monique, sass me with your way and how you're applying it for you. What's one thing you're using sass in Spanish?
Yes, ma'am. So I have my two long-term goals is this year I want to get out of consumer debt.
I love it.
And start my own private practice. Wow. And so one has to lead to the other. I have to get out of debt first, and then I can start my private practice. Like that's how I see it in my mind. So kind of to piggyback off of Sochi, I have a calendar.
Okay.
This is my y'all can't see that.
Let me see. Let's
but it's
I love it.
It's called Commit 30. And I'm old school too. I have to write my stuff down. And so it has like a monthly at the beginning of each month, it asks you like what is your monthly goal and then what are the action steps. And so my first monthly goal is I am going to pay off these buy now, pay laters from Christmas.
I hear you.
Right. And so that's my monthly goal. And so every week I am looking at my budget and making sure that one, that I'm staying on budget, and two, making sure that I'm doing what I need to do. And I'm also having like a no spend month. And funny story. The other day, so my son is 8, and he loves Roblox.
Oh, the Roblox. Oh,
yes. Yeah. And so he said, Mom, I don't know why my brain always tells me that I need more Robux. And I said, he said, why does my brain always want to spend money? I said, I don't know. You probably got it from me. And so he said, can we make a deal with each other? I said, yeah, let's make a deal. He said, I won't buy any more Robux until my birthday. His birthday's in June. And he said, and you can't buy any more purses until your birthday. And
that's a hard bargain, man.
How old is he?
And I said, thank you. You can be my accountability partner.
I
So
love it.
that's my other thing. Like, one, breaking up this whole like
Mhm.
debt-free journey into like a weekly and then also monthly,
Mhm.
small attainable goals, having an accountability partner, even if they're 8 years old.
I was gonna ask, how old is he?
It's those little ones that hold you really
Oh
accountable.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh
they'll
yeah.
remind you.
Yes.
You
And my
said
birthday's not till September, so that's a long time for me to go without buying a purse. But hey, I made a deal, so I'm committed.
I love it. So that's how you applied your SAS.
Yes, ma'am.
Small, attainable, specific, and the last one is sustainable, right?
Sustainable.
And sustainable. I love that. And you talked about let me go back and you can bring us all, Liliana, all four of us now. Five of us. How many of us are here? I lost count. You talked about writing and the power of writing, and you, Monique, are in education, and I was in education, and the power of writing it down, even if it's one of these little, your little pin, like, what do you call this thing? Sochi?
iPen.
Your iPen. The power of writing it down versus, we could type it, which is cool. But when you actually do the motion, you're really engraving it into your body and your mind, and you're putting it out there, even though you're typing it. But just because you're putting that effort into actually writing and putting it down, that it almost like translates to the effort you need to build it, to see it, to think about it. I love that. And then I love how you're sharing unique ways. Like you Monique, you have old school, your journal, like pen to paper. Sochi, you have your iPad pen to but still writing. Marianne, what do you use?
I have to talk to myself.
She talks to herself,
I'm soliciting your services after this.
she'll be calling y'all.
I have to talk to myself, talk it out, process it out. It's
process out loud.
Process out loud, but also there's truly something to writing it down, because after I'm processing it as I'm repeating it out loud when I'm listening to it, but I also have to write it down, because as I'm writing it down, I'm registering it in my brain.
Ooh, Write it down to register. And I think these are so necessary, what you're sharing right now, for the teens out there. The little folks that are like, all they know is Chromebook and typing, and COVID really ramped that up too, having to do work online. But then to come back to that old school movement, registering in your brain, like, oh, I'm doing it, I'm thinking it, I'm writing it, and then I'm following up. I think that is so needed for them to hear this, because they're, like you said earlier about instant gratification, not in a bad way, but they're used to pushing a button and boom, it shows up. And life is not pushing a button and it shows up. Life is challenging. Life is, setting those little goals, and, so thank you for sharing all of your different ways your brain has captured and this for yourselves, and that you're putting it out there for other folks to learn from, you guys.
And if we think about it, you talk about teens, but also young adults, and probably part of the audience right now, we're not used to processing. We're used to, and now I'm like ChatGPT. So it's like, I don't need to process anything. Let me ask ChatGPT what the answer is, or let me ask Google. So we are really taking that away from our nature of processing, so we can actually feel it, and we can actually do it, and we can actually see it in action. So that is extremely important. Processing, talking to yourself, writing it down, writing the goals, journaling, and things like that. It's so important, because like I said, technology it's great, but it has made a disconnect to that part of our humanity.
Absolutely.
It's an enabler. Just like it started off with autocorrect word, like the spelling.
How do you spell that word? I don't know how to correct it.
Yeah, like now I don't even know how to spell like the most basic words, because my phone's gonna spell it for me. It's that's how it started off, and now we're enabled in life, because now we don't know something, we add ChatGPT, we ask Gemini, and it's like you said, so we're taking away that exercise of the brain,
Yeah. And
So
how do you bring?
I have to write one sentence for whatever, and like ChatGPT, can you write this sentence?
Fix it for me.
You know,
Just fix it.
I gotta say this.
guilty.
So when I hit menopause, okay, I've been in medically induced menopause since I was 42. So I was, I was all like, everything's great because I had an estrogen patch. But then the doctor was like, you're getting close to 50, so now I gotta take it off. Man, everything went shit show sideways when that happened. I couldn't even think. I couldn't write a sentence. I didn't know what I was driving sometimes. I would be like driving, like, where was I going? And now, and then ChatGPT has helped me. Like, and I need to like stop ChatGPTing so much because I know somewhere I'm probably using up the water in someone's town because that's what's happening when you use all those things. That's me. But yeah, it has helped me. It has helped me with menopause because I've had that foggy brain due to menopause. But now that I'm a little fixed up right now, I got a little bit of estrogen in me, so I'm not using it so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like you said, how do you balance, the older practices that help us register and remember with the new tips and tech things out there? So I'm gonna bring this up, this question to all of you. Obviously we're like you said, Sochi, we're not perfect. You keep trying. What do you say to those folks that this is like maybe their first time, or maybe they're getting back into they're starting off good, and then they start falling and they feel bad, or they're beating themselves up? What do you do when you're discouraged, or you're like tired, or you're like, I'm just so over this? How do you keep that positive mindset when you get those curveballs thrown at you, even though you're trying to stay on course? Whoever wants to join in.
I think it's just, you know what, I have a good relationship with myself. And when I say that is that I talk to myself a lot, right? And so when I have a curveball thrown at me, I literally just I remind myself that I'm human and just pick up where you left off.
All right. So pick up where you left off. We're human. And Liliana, could you bring everybody on if you don't mind? Because I can't see y'all. That disappeared. I hear you.
But I can't see. No, you're there.
I hear you. Let me see. Hello. Okay, well, we'll just keep on talking because
So
there we are. Okay. Yeah, we can. Let's just keep everybody here so we can see everyone. So you said one more time, Marianne.
So it's basically is talking, reminding myself that I'm human.
Yeah.
And just pick up where you left off. It's not a big deal. But that's why those short-term goals are better, because I know myself, and I like instant gratification. But sometimes you just have to remind yourself that life does throw curveballs at you, and you just pick up where you left off. That's it.
I love that. Know yourself, first of all. Know that you are the kind of person that, your instant gratification self. And I love that, because that's key, knowing you. And then talking to yourself and telling you, hey, things happen. Just keep going. It's okay. That's life. We get curveballs. Do what you want with the curveball, but keep going. All right. So jump in there. How do you do it? How do you stay motivated?
So same thing with like Marianne. For me, like I'm a very emotional being. That's what makes me a good therapist. I'm a Cancer, so I absorb everything. But
me too.
Yay! What I do is I'm compassionate with yourselves. Like, you know what? I'm gonna take a day. If I don't want to shower, I don't shower. I'm gonna cry it out. I'm gonna put sad movies. I'm gonna do so. I give myself a day, half a day, and now whatever it is, to process the emotion, to process the setback, to process whatever it is. Or sometimes I'm just carrying too much for my clients, right? So it's like I give myself that space. You want to eat the ice cream? You want to eat the pizza? Let's do it. But I tell myself we're going to do it for half a day, for a week, whatever it is that I need. And then it's like, okay, next, let's go back in the horse. Like, remember who you are. Remember you have goals. Remember what you said to yourself. Remember what you have promised to yourself. And once if I break a promise to myself, I'm breaking a promise to my purpose, and that is non-negotiable for me. Let's give myself some space, some compassion, some nurturing, and call a friend, call somebody. Like, for me, it's my sister. My safe space is my sister. So I'll call my sister, process it out. Okay, next day, okay, so tomorrow you're going to wake up and the train is going to keep going 200 miles an hour. So let's go. So I give myself that space.
I love it. I love it. Giving yourself that time to process. You said shower, take like that hot shower. Did I hear that, or was that just in my head?
I said don't shower.
Oh, if you don't want to shower, you want to stay in your bed, you want to do bed rot for a little bit.
Self-grace,
That's
you
a
know?
new thing now.
Whatever that looks like.
Stay in your pajamas. You want to
that-
cry it out. You
Yes.
want to, eat the ice cream, eat the whatever. And I like how you said, set that time because and be compassionate. And yes, I'm all about the cancer life. I like how you said, and remember who you are. And so talking to yourself, Comis, telling yourself, hey, it's all right, curveball here. Let's deal with it and let's keep going. And then what you said, Sochi, now Monique, round it out. What do you do to keep going? And what can you share to the world and when they get hit with those curveballs?
I have to remind myself that growth isn't linear. It's a roller coaster. It goes all over the place. And so when I have those moments where my goals or whatever it is that I'm trying to accomplish gets derailed, I kind of have like some moments of self-reflection, like,
okay,
what was working well? Like I start with the positive. What was working well? What was I doing that was keeping me on track when I was on track? And then what didn't work well? What was the situation, the circumstances, because sometimes it's multiple, right?
Yeah.
Things that kind of like got me off track. And I approached that from a place of reflection and not judgment, because it's so easy to turn it into a judgmental thing and, be down on myself because I'm not where I want to be with the goal that I've set. So remember that life lives.
Yeah,
right?
lives.
Whether it's stuff that we're going through in our personal life, what we see collectively, the chaos that's going on in the world, whatever it is, just having that self-reflection, but not from a place of judgment. So that's my thing.
I'm taking notes. I'm hearing so many things that I need to remind myself with, and which is what I love about this, the ability to have this podcast and this show is I love sharing and connecting others to people like you. But at the same time, I'm also hearing, oh, Claudia, you need to do this too. Reflection, but not from a place of judgment. Yes. And I heard you when you said growth isn't linear. Now, even though you're on the train and the train's going to take some dips, we might get derailed. But how do you use those moments for self-reflection? And the one thing that came to mind was glows and grows when you talked about you glowing, like what's working well, and then grows. To me, it's like, what got you off track and what am I getting from that derailment so I can get back on track. And I love how you said from a place of no judgment. I think that's so key, because I want to say, maybe it's my own little theory here, but with the onslaught of so much social media, which, like you said, there's a lot of great things that come out of it, but sometimes I feel like our young people, and even ourselves, we may see what's out there and think, oh my gosh, I don't really have it all together, because and we as adults, we can stop and pause and say, okay, well, that's all fake, we know that's just a picture that's all set up and it's cool, we love doing that. But then we have kids like my girls who are 16 and 17 who we need to remind them, like, what you see is production, it's not real life, right? Like, we're on the roller coaster, everyone's on the roller coaster, but no one's putting the roller coaster online,
right?
So
and also just to kind of add a little bit more to that is think about the things that you can control actually.
Oh yeah.
What is it that you can do about the situation? I personally, because of the work that I do, I don't watch the news. I realize that if I watch the news more than I only listen to like for 15 minutes, but if I listen to more than that, I make my roller coaster even bigger because so it's same thing with people, same thing with content, and there's a direct relation with exposure to social media and mental health diagnoses. So the more social media you watch, the more mental diagnoses that you more issues you have. So also know what you are consuming. and you can control that. So that's one thing that you
Yeah.
can control and say, you know what, this is for me, watching the news for more than 30 minutes, that just
Yeah.
throws like I throw myself into the roller coaster. Like,
You're
what am I doing that to
yeah.
myself?
You know what? You're taking me into this next final question is social media, screens, whatever. It always looks like everyone else is winning. And then you have all the news. How do you stay? My question was, how do you stay in your own lane? How do you protect your energy? So, and you just mentioned, what can you control? You control that little piece. What about you, Monique and Marianne? Seeing that that's all out there, all this, and this is a great way to connect, but also it could, like you said, Sochi, there's studies that do show that it does affect our mental health. But how do you guys protect your energy? How do you guys stay in your own lane, Monique and Marianne?
Go ahead, Monique, if you want.
Oh, I'll go. So it's so funny. Social media is one of those things. It is designed to reel you in. And I'm a recovering doom scroller because it is so easy to get wrapped up in the algorithm, especially like those things are so designed for us to like whatever it is that you like, then it shows you more and more and more of that, right? And it doesn't, it's not always negative, but again, consuming way too much affects your productivity. And so what I've had to personally do is say, like, especially in the mornings, it's so easy for my alarm goes off and then I'm like, okay, what's happening on TikTok and what's happening on whatever. And I've been intentional and said, okay, one, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I need to do is, and this is because I'm, Christian. And so this is a big part of my faith is a big part of my life, that I want to be intentional about giving that time to God first. Right. Yeah. And then I am waking up a little bit earlier to make sure that I do have that time and that I also have me time, right? That I'm taking care of me before I'm taking care of my family and the rest of the world, or, whoever it is that I'm serving. And then when it comes to like social media and what I'm consuming, I have to put a time limit on it, because then I will find myself taking away that time from myself, from my family. And so if these are my priorities, God is first, family second, career, like I have my priorities in line, then I have to make sure that I'm not dedicating too much time to doom scrolling and seeing what's going on in the news and all these other things. So that's my thing is, whatever I say is a priority, I'm making it a priority. I'm being intentional in working towards those priorities. So that's how I kind of like keep myself grounded.
Okay.
Be intentional about the accounts that you follow on social media too. For example, I follow a bunch of like healthy eating, meal prepping, and stuff like that. So if I'm scrolling, I'm watching stuff that directly correlates with my goals. Or if it's Facebook, I'm watching, what is Ilsa wearing? What is Marianne wearing now? What the hell is So I am very intentional with how I interact with social media. So I make it work for me.
Yeah. Like you said, make the algorithms work for you in your favor, but also with limits too.
Right.
And having that me time, and I hear devotion time, and making sure your priorities stay your priorities. So my Comis, Marianne, you're gonna round it out because we got about 7 minutes left.
Yeah. So for me, I think you're right, Sochi. So for me, it's very I utilize it. I make it work for me. So I know that there's times where I get so caught up like with TikTok. So I just took the app off of my phone. I just took it off because it's a waste of time, because next thing you know, I'm like scrolling through videos. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm never going to get these 30 minutes back in my life,
Yeah.
And then, I don't like to watch the news. I mean, in the mornings I put it on just for the weather, but that's about it. After that, I'm done. And I'm not even paying attention to it because I am such an emotional and visual person that I carry that weight with me, on me. That's why I've never and I don't like to watch TV either. I've never been big on watching TV. I'm just, maybe there's a series here or there, but even then I'm never big on watching TV. So, and then like with Instagram, again, it's very intentional. I make it work for me. If I'm like very I have something weighing on me, on my soul, on my heart, then I go into Instagram and I all these funny reels. And my friends usually know when I'm, when I'm on a real roll. And what I mean by that is that I have all these funny videos and I just start shooting them to my friends.
I
And
see them. Yes.
yes,
I've been on the receiving end of those funny reels. Yes.
yes. And so I'm like, I want people to laugh too. So I'll start sending them. And then that's how I disconnect when my brain is hurting from thinking so much and just is heavy and my heart's heavy. I go to Instagram because only funny stuff comes out on Instagram for me. And then I start sharing the funnies.
Yes. I love it. Well, ladies, my super comadres, you're official now too. So Chile and Monique, welcome to put on your crown. I'm not gonna do the chanclas or chulada. I'm just gonna just stop here because I think we had an amazing connection and share. Thank you so much from sharing from the heart, sharing from your work, sharing from life, because we need to continue with this community that we have built here today. This is not going to be the first time. There will be more because I have more questions and we already came to the end. But I want to just go around each one real quick. How can people follow, like, and connect with you? So Xochitl, then Monique, then Marianne, because y'all have some more information that you need to get out to the audience. Xochitl, go first. How can people follow and like you?
So my website is xochitlrodriguez.com. You cannot get harder than that. So that is my website. And you can find me on Instagram and Xochitl Rodriguez LPC as licensed professional counselor. And then on YouTube and Spotify is Platícalo con Xochitl. That is my podcast. And season 2 is coming up the first week of February. And that's in Spanish. So
in Espanol. Love it. Love it. Thank you. Monique, how can we follow, like, and get connected?
I am on TikTok and Instagram as Deep Roots Abundant Life. And so I post all kinds of things on there. It's not just about therapy. It's also about my personal life, being a working wife and mom. And so if you go to either one of those pages, you can also find my link for my 2 ebooks, a self-care guide for anybody that, whether you're a man, woman, parenting, whatever, if you just need help with self-care, the guide is there. And then also specifically the self-care devotional is also linked in my bio for both of my my TikTok and Instagram pages.
Beautiful. Thank you, Monique. And my Gomis Marianne, share about your upcoming event that you have too.
Yes. So I have on January 29th, we have our vision board event that is benefiting. It's a fundraising event for Project Prom, which is one of our initiatives for Raíces Unidas. And so it's a great initiative. For tickets, you can find the link on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com or Facebook / or is it / Raíces Unidas, or you can go on our website, which is weareraicesunidas.org. All the information is there. The event is on the 29th. And so it's just, there you go. Vision board, happy hour with a purpose. So it's co-ed. So I invite you guys to come out. It's going to be lots of fun. And again, it's benefiting, our Project Prom and our prom shop, and all of the proceeds are going to go to sponsor a prom for underserved school in the community, and then also to add more items to our prom shop: dresses, accessories, shoes, haircuts, glam, just all of the stuff. So, and then also I'll throw out there, my healthcare company that I'm launching. You can find more information on horizonhealthcareadvocates.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Gomis. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Xochitl. And we are at the end. And, our time is up. I can't believe it already went by so fast. But now for the legal stuff. As we close out today, I want to remind all of you that are listening that La Super Comadre Claudia, Hey Comadre, the Claudia Macias podcast is solely for educational and entertainment purposes and should not be substituted for professional support or services. Although we have some professionals here that you could connect with if you need some guidance. My remarks and those of my guests do not reflect Radio Crystal USA. So thank you. Thanks for joining me, Xochitl, Monique, Marianne. Thanks for joining and sharing your heart, your work of love. And don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can follow me, Claudia Macias, and or Radio Crystal USA. Thank you for being here, ladies. Take care of yourselves. I can't wait for the next one. And we'll see you at the vision board.
Yes.
Mwah.
Yes.
Hasta luego. Tan, tan. Gracias por haber estado aquí en el show Catching Up with Claudia. Tan, tan, ¿ya terminamos? Ok, bye.